The game is always won on the phone in the recruiting industry. Nobody's here to argue that. But how you get on the phone, there's a lot of opportunity for change. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can switch from cold calling and replace your lead generation efforts through online marketing. And for the best online marketing and lead generation advice, specifically for staffing and recruiting companies, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that bell in the corner so you're notified for all my new videos that roll out every single Wednesday. So what I'm about to share with you is exactly how Katie Marriott and Renee Fry have been able to ditch the cold calling effort and get all of their clients coming to them. So the first thing is understanding what cold calling is doing and how it's positioning you. So the biggest challenge with cold calling is, first and foremost, that it's time consuming. It's all a manual effort. So if you're not motivated that day, if other people aren't at the other end of the desk, it's very tough to have success. Now, this video is not about can cold calling or work or not. Of course it works. I mean, it's been a tried and true thing for years, but it's a matter of if you want to do it and if you want to continue using an approach that was from the 1990s or if you want to use an approach that's 2020. There's the opportunity for both. Again, the game is won on the phone. No one's here to argue that. So when we're looking at, cold calling being obviously time consuming, the other thing that it does is it really kind of screws with your positioning in the market. If you're just another person on the phone calling, your person on the other end doesn't have any idea who you are and how you're different from the next, recruiting company out there. And so, yeah, you might get the order, but are you going to get the respect that you need to give your clients or get your candidates the feedback that they want as they're going through the process? Are you okay with just being another recruiter that is working and competing with, 5 other recruiters on the same exact position and role? And as you go reach out to the marketplace and reach out to candidates, they've already told you that another recruiter has already reached out about that role. That's what we're trying to avoid. There's an opportunity to get more exclusive opportunities by really positioning yourself as being an authority in the marketplace. So now that we switch this conversation into, how do you do this online? Well, the first thing you want to do is figure out who you're trying to stand out to. And you really want to stand out and separate yourself from the competition. This is really great opportunity to do this with your online presence. And that's really the thing is when you're going to go online, you can't look for a little tactic or a strategy. You need to jump in. You need to go all in on your online presence if you really want this to be successful. Again, I'm going to keep throwing this reminder out there. The game's always won on the phone or in person if you can be, but how we get there, there's a better opportunity. So if we stand out and we're now viewed as different as the next recruiter, there's actually going to be people that are going to want to be on the phone with you and going to reach out to be on the phone with you. So the key is really the differentiation piece. The next thing you want to focus on is really starting to show up and engage with your clients on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is an absolute gold mine of a place for you to be able to target people. The challenge that a lot of people have is what they're doing now is they're going out there and they're taking their same spammy approach, their same pitch approach as everybody else, taking that same, the cold calling approach and bringing it online. And it just doesn't work as effectively. So you don't need automation to be successful at this. You can use automation to improve the quality of it. But the bottom line with this whole thing here is that, you want to make sure that you have a LinkedIn presence and that you're actively connecting with your ideal candidates and decision makers every single day, and then actually networking with those people. That's the shift. Very simple. Don't pitch, just network, build a relationship, and you'll be shocked at what happens. And you can do this in the inbox. You can do this by commenting on their posts. You can do this by reaching out to people that have engaged with your stuff. There's a lot of different ways that you can turn LinkedIn into a lead machine by simply going all in on the platform and showing up. Now, the whole goal is to take those conversations and turn them into what? Phone calls. But now you're on the phone with somebody that wants to be on the phone with you rather than interrupting their day and just being another person on the other end. I don't know about you, but there's never been a cold call that I've really been excited to respond to. But there's been messages that I've seen that have hit home where I may even know that it's automated or I may even know it's a bulk message, but because the message is targeted for me and it requires none of my time, it's really not affecting my day. I'm much more receptive to following up with that. Now, another key component of, really getting leads from your online presence is going to be creating content. And I know this is a scary thing for a lot of you out there. Oh, shoot, what do I create? I don't know if people are going to like me. Who's going to listen to me anyways? Oh, I created something already and nobody responded. I've heard it all. Creating content, not a new thing, but creating content that converts, that's where it's at. And so there's certain ways that you can create content that will, kind of create little triggers in people to get them to want to take action to. And a lot of this is focusing on your market's pains, problems, and creating opportunity and possibility and vision for them that they don't even see. And by doing that, you really start to build an authoritative presence in your marketplace. And so, when you're creating your content, you really want to be creating your content for an ideal customer, and you want to be bold. You want to be putting flags on the ground. You don't want to just be creating just content to create content. You want to state your opinions and how you're different in the things that you believe in. So people actually come and gravitate towards you. For example, I think cold calling stinks. That's my position on it. You can like it or not, but it stinks. It's not a fun activity. If you don't like that statement, you're probably going to move on from this video. And that's fine, because I know there's plenty of people that do like that statement. So as you look at your marketing, you want to be able to take bold stances. That's what leadership is all about, is bold stances, bold positions on things. Okay. The last thing is like I said, you want to go all in. And so LinkedIn's a great place to start. It's just a great place to start interacting, building your network, building your pond, if you will, creating your content habit. But then you can start looking at multiple channels. You can start looking at Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and email platforms, display ad platforms. There's so many different ways to really reach out to your market and get them to come to you. So if you enjoyed this video, I've got a free training below. Feel free to check it out. It's how recruiters can get a steady flow of inbound leads on autopilot. You can check out that training below. And we also have a Facebook community. It's 100% free. There's other recruiters in there just like you that are on this journey to build a more robust online presence and turn that online presence into a steady flow of lead generation. And if you haven't seen it happen, just because you haven't done it the right way yet, because the things we're talking about here, they're proven. Go ahead and take a look at the client testimonials on my YouTube channel right here and see what people have had to say about implementing this exact system that I just laid out for you. And hey, if you like this video, give it a like, a share, a comment, whatever you'd like to do there. I appreciate you watching. This is Donnie Gupton. I'll see you in the next one.